Chicago police are announcing an arrest in the murder of Jeremy Walker this week. He was driving in River North when police say he got into an argument with another driver who stabbed him.
Let's go to that press conference right now. There you see Superintendent Brown.
Kim Fox, as well as command staff members. So this incident happened on August 23rd at approximately 7 p.m. Two people were involved in an isolated road rage incident on northbound on North Dearborn Street when they stopped at West Ohio Street on the 23rd around 7 p.m. Both the victim and the offender exited their cars and engaged in a physical altercation. The offender then produced a knife and stabbed the victim in his neck. The victim then re-entered his car and drove eastbound on Ohio Street to Michigan Avenue, where the victim approached one of our Chicago police officers that were on a fixed post on Michigan Avenue. The victim was then transported to Northwestern Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries. Earlier the next morning, on August 24th, our officers located the offender's car parked in the 2200 block of West 50th Place. Our detectives then sought out a search warrant. They received a search warrant from a judge. Later that day, as they were searching the car as a result of the approval of the search warrant, they became in contact with two passenger occupants of the car at the time of the incident. They interviewed those two occupants who were witnesses to the incident. They identified the offender. On August 25th, the offender turned himself in, and he has been charged. Alan Perez, age 25, the offender, is being charged with first-degree murder. I want to thank the state's attorney's office, our detectives, our Chicago police officers, as well as all of the work that was done with the pod camera network, the video camera network in this city to locate this car and the tools that we use to track down the offender to bring this case to a close and justice for these families. This was a senseless act of violence, a needless traffic argument turned deadly. So we urge all of our residents to take every precaution to stay safe, but we will not tolerate violence anywhere in this city. And with that, I'll turn it over to State's Attorney Kim Fox. Kim.
Thank you, Superintendent. As the Superintendent has said, the Cook County State's Attorney's Office approved charges within the last hour of first-degree murder. This defendant will appear in Central Bond Court tomorrow to have the charges and the proffer read before the court and a bond hearing at that time. As this was an incident that did not involve a firearm, it's a death without a firearm, it is not a mandatory no bail. There will be a discretion, up to the discretion of the judge in terms of whether this person is held without bail. As the superintendent has said, this was a horrible, senseless act of violence that will not be tolerated within the city of Chicago or the county of Cook. I, too, want to thank the Chicago Police Department, its detectives, and the community who came together, working with the Cook County State's Attorney's Office to allow us to have charges within days of this incident occurring. Again, these charges are but an accusation, and the process will continue. But once again, we hope that this provides some small measure of comfort to the family who lost someone so senselessly, so tragically, a father whose son must continue to soldier on without him because of random and senseless acts of violence here in the city of Chicago. With that, I'll turn it back over to Superintendent Brown.
We'll take a few on-topic questions.
Hi, Lexi Suter, Channel 5. Can you give us the proper spelling of Alan's first and last name, and does he have any criminal history prior to this?
It is a common spelling, A-L-A-N, Perez, P-E-R-E-Z. And I don't believe we have the criminal background. Brenda, do you have it? Let's just hold off on that until we get to bond court tomorrow, okay? All right.
Carmen Vargas with Univision. This is actually in a different case, in the case that the homicide that happened in Little Village on Wednesday on the 2700 South Holman. Is there any new developments on that?
So we want to stay with on-topic questions for now, but we will take that and get with you after this press conference and give you an update on the detail of that case, okay? Any on-topic questions?
Stephanie Wade.
All right, there you've been hearing from Superintendent Brown talking about this road rage incident that happened in the River North neighborhood on August 23rd. It ended with the victim making his way to Michigan Avenue. They are now telling us that they have filed charges in that case against a 25-year-old man, Alan Perez, first-degree murder charges. He will head to court tomorrow.
Jeremy Walker was the victim in that, and it started with a disagreement in traffic, ended with him being stabbed to death. Sounds like the city's podcast network helped detectives track that vehicle to where they ultimately found